Folks, we did not have a good day at all in the stock market today. Where do I even start? We had the S&P 500 close down 0.6%. Same with the Dow, as the Russell led the losses, down almost 2%, as the NASDAQ went down 0.4%. And listen to this, guys. The VIX went up 2.4%, and we had the metals go ballistic, which we'll talk about in this video. Silver went up 4.8%, as gold went up almost 2%. And let me know your thoughts if you guys would like to see me make a gold video going over my gold collection. On a little side note here, I do have a little gold collection. If you guys want to see it, let me know in the comments. I'll make a video just for you. So again, pretty interesting day overall in the stock market today. All the indexes went down, the VIX went up, the metals went up. So where do I even start? Let's just get right into it. SPY today ended up pulling back from 412.50, which is, it was doing well this morning. You guys probably saw it ripped this morning in the pre-market. Yesterday, we closed at about 410, 411, and in the pre-market, we were pushing 413, and then all of a sudden, boom, in the middle of the day, we got all the way down to 407, which you guys can see right here on the intraday chart. And mind you, do you guys remember that 407 level? That's a very big level that we've talked about time and time again here on this YouTube channel. Guys, look, 407, that was the high from the beginning of March. So we actually broke out of that point, I believe, was that on Friday? Yeah, we took it out on Friday, which was very bullish. And of course, today and yesterday, we kept hitting higher highs, right? And now we're pulling back and we're consolidating right at 407, which again, that's the high from early March. Now we're holding it as support for now, guys, for now. Let's see what happens, because if we break 407, there could be a wide open gap to fill down to about 400, 401, which you guys can see. That's right by the 50 SMA here on the 4-hour chart, and that's by the high from the end of March, right around here, 401, 400. So if we break, again, 407, we're probably going to fill that gap down, maybe another 1.4%, 1.5% drop to about 400 to 401. And that's going to be the moment of truth for the bull, seriously, because if we fail at the moving averages on SPY at the 4-hour chart, or on the 4-hour chart, this could end up collapsing pretty quickly from there. But as of now, even though the markets did not do well today, every index went down, the bulls, I would argue, are still in charge, at least in the short term, right? And you'll see on Triple Q, it's a lot of the same. Let me show you guys this. Triple Q ended up filling the gap all the way to 320. And you guys know, if you've been watching my YouTube channel, we've talked about how Triple Q was ahead of SPY, right? It was just doing very well compared to SPY. And SPY's been doing well, but Triple Q has literally doubled the return SPY has this year, I believe. I think SPY's gone up 8-9% in 2023. Now Triple Q's up, I think, 20% from where it started the year. Either way, it got ahead of SPY. It filled the gap to 320. Now we're starting to pull back a little bit. We hit roughly 319 today. We closed above 319. And it's clear to me that we're selling at about 320, 321, which again, that's the high from a couple months ago, back from the end of August. So I would not be surprised if this were to sell off a little bit more, maybe down to about 314, maybe down to about 312. That's where this could be going. We could be seeing a sell-off towards that 50 moving average and the old resistance from, let's see here, the beginning, middle of February, which is where we peaked out at about 311, 310. That's where we could go if we do start selling off even more. But it's, of course, still on the cards that we could just break right through 320. We could break right through 321. That's definitely still possible. Then from that point, Triple Q might be going straight to 330, 335, which you guys know that's the high from the middle of August. So that's a quick little breakdown on what's going on today. I would argue that, again, even though we had a red day today, bulls are still in charge across these indexes. Maybe not so much on the Russell. Let me pull the Russell up and show you guys. This still looks like it's getting dominated by the bears, clearly, as now we're under the moving averages still. We have a death cross. And let me see the Dow. The Dow's probably still... the Dow's starting to peak above the moving averages here, but we're approaching a huge resistance at about 34,200, 34,000 in general. That's a big spot. So I would not be surprised if the Dow were to struggle at this level of resistance, being anywhere from 34.3. That's where we could get some selling moving forward. And I'm not telling you guys what to do, of course, but maybe locking in a little profit here if you're a short-term trader, maybe that's not a bad idea. Again, I'm not telling you what to do, but maybe it's not a bad idea considering the VIX is still in the teens, it's starting to creep up, and we're still pretty overbought overall on SPY and Triple Q. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always, and run that like button up, guys. If you haven't hit that like button yet, smash that like button. It really helps me out overall in the algorithm. And now let's take a look quickly at the VIX. Let me pull up the VIX here, which creeped up a little bit, 2.4% today, but guys, it is still in the teens, as you guys can clearly see. And before the banking crisis kind of popped off, the VIX was right where it is now, 19, 18, then of course the VIX shot up all the way to about 30 points in the span of a couple of days. And the second we get another piece of news, negative news, guys, the VIX, you know what's going to happen. It's going to start creeping back up to the mid-20s. So be mindful of that. Don't be surprised if we were to get a spike towards the mid-20s on the VIX. I'm not saying when it's going to happen. Nobody knows when it's going to happen. But at some point in the near-term future, that is in the cards. And let me pull up the metals today, which, my goodness, guys, gold ended up going ballistic today, up 2% on the day. And the ascending triangle we outlined a couple of videos ago, well, that's playing out. You guys can see we have a clear leg up above $2,000 as of today, and we hit $2,043 an ounce, which is just insane. And you guys know the all-time high is around $20.89. Yeah, where was that? Yeah, back from August 2020. So about 3 years ago, gold hit that all-time high. And my honest opinion is, well, we're going to take out the all-time high. I think gold is heading to all-time highs. And again, let me know in the comments, guys, if you want me to do a gold collection unveiling, if you will, whatever you want to call it. Even though I've done that before on the channel, I think 3 years ago, I can make another video going over my gold collection, what I have here, and it's for you guys if you're interested. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, gold ended up doing very well today. Now we're heading towards the highs, the all-time highs, which were hit again back in August of 2020, and also about a year ago when the Russia-Ukraine war popped off, that's where we hit roughly where we are now, $2,050, $2,100 an ounce. I feel like these levels are going to break based on the charts here that at least I'm looking at. What do you guys think? And of course, it is going to be a big resistance. We might see a little bit of selling pressure before we break out of here, but that's where we're headed. That is the the trajectory that we're on right now. And of course, silver is also breaking out. It had a very good day today. Silver went up over 5%, or roughly 5%. And look at this. Now we're starting to peak out of the downwards channel here. We're not fully out of the woods yet, but the fact that with today's move, we took the highs out from earlier this year, that is so good for silver, guys. Very bullish for silver. I mean, look, if I zoom in on the chart here, you're going to see, actually, let me pull the 4-hour up. You're going to see back in January, we were struggling pretty hard to break out of, even back in December, 24.50, 25 an ounce, and today we just plowed right through it. So this looks really bullish. Gold looks really bullish. If I had to bet, I'm thinking all-time highs, maybe not for silver, because silver is kind of decent ways away from all-time highs. Yeah, it's at $50 an ounce is the all-time high. We have a long ways to go for that, but gold is right around the corner, which I think, again, we will be hitting those all-time highs pretty soon here. And, I mean, look at that gold chart, guys. A lot of people hate on gold. Oh, gold's not a good store of value. I wouldn't say it's an investment, really, but this chart shows you it is a good store of value. I mean, look at this thing, right? Look at this chart. Back in the 80s, I know that's a long time ago. We're talking 40 years ago. Gold was at $300 an ounce, right? And it went all the way to about $1,800 back in 2011. It pulled back. Now we got buyers to come in around these moving averages. Now we're hitting all-time highs again. This chart looks really good. And over time, guys, I think gold's going to continue to go up. I don't think it's ever going to fall through the floor and get down to $100 an ounce again, $500 an ounce. Maybe it never goes to $1,000, $1,500 an ounce again. You know, I think over time, and it's proven, it's going to go up. It's going to do well, which is why I hold a little bit of gold in my portfolio. And you guys don't have to do that, but I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And again, let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. And if you want me to do a gold unveiling, because I do have some gold, and if you guys are interested, I'd love to make a video on it. So that's a quick rundown on the metals here and the overall indexes. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And before we actually talk about some stocks today, if you haven't gotten up to 15 free stocks yet from Moomoo, what are you waiting for? Use that link down below or go to stasurfs.com/Moomoo. Once you open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock. And if you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more free shares totaling 5 stocks. And listen to this, it gets better. If you deposit at least $1,000 onto the platform, you get another 10 stocks totaling 15 free stocks. So if you want to help out the channel and you want some free stocks, who doesn't like free money, guys? Use that Moomoo link down below. And now let's continue on. And by the way, guys, we might as well just start here. For gold and silver, I'm watching, even though I own physical gold, I'm watching GLD and SLV as well, which are, it's kind of like the paper market, if you will. You know, if you want to buy gold and not actually own physical gold, which kind of defeats the purpose, especially if you're holding it for the long term. But let's say you want to buy gold and maybe trade it for a little bit, or do a quick trade, or even hold it for a year or two. I don't know. I mean, you could look at the paper markets here, which is GLD. GLD essentially tracks the price of gold. So if you think gold will continue to rip, which I think it will, GLD could be a bet. You know, this could be one to look at, which could go towards 200, maybe 195 if we do get that all-time high on gold. And SLV is pretty much the same thing, but for silver, right? This is a way that you can trade silver, or maybe hold on to it if you don't actually want to buy the physical metal, which I think kind of defeats the purpose. If you're looking to hold for the long term, that's like, what's that equivalent to? That's like buying crypto and leaving it on the exchange, right? Or something like that, which a lot of people got screwed doing that with the whole FTX debacle and all these other exchanges that went under, which we're not going to get into in this video, but that's the, the crypto equivalent. So yeah, I'm pretty much watching GLD moving forward and SLV for a trade here, right? And of course, if I want to buy gold and silver for the long term, I'm buying the physical metal, right? Again, you have to do that, at least in my opinion. Do whatever you want. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's just my opinion, right? So I'm watching SLV and I'm watching GLD, and also I'm keeping my eyes peeled on the Chinese stocks. We had a pretty good day today for Alibaba. Let me pull that up and show you guys. Alibaba went up about 2.3%, and as of now, guys, it is still breaking out of this head and shoulders. We have the clear left shoulder right here, the head's right here, then the right shoulder's right here. You guys see that, right? So now that we took out the $95 neckline, we ran all the way to 105. That's very bullish. Now that we're pulling back to about $100, we're starting to get buyers to come in again. Notice Alibaba went up in the midst of a red day. So we're getting buyers to come in right around these moving averages here. It went from being overbought to now getting to a more reasonable spot on the RSI. Let's see if we can get another rally here on Alibaba, maybe back towards 105, maybe towards 110, which is right where my alert's at. If that were to break, 120 could be right around the corner. So Alibaba looks interesting here. Let me pull up Tencent. TCEHY is the ticker. Tencent, let's see, pretty much broke even today, and it looks like it's consolidating right around $49, $50, which is where it's been at for the past couple of days. You guys can see here, really the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, Tencent's been at about $49, $50. So let's see if we do get that next pop towards 50 to 52. Well, not 50, more like 50 to 52 to about $53. That's where it seems like Tencent could be going. So Tencent, Alibaba, let's see what else ended up doing well today. Amazon went up on the day. AMZN's the ticker. This ended up going up 1.5% today in the midst of a red day. That's a very good sign. Now we're at about $104 a share. And you guys know I've broken this down before, but let me do it again for all of you new viewers out there. By the way, if you're a new viewer, let me know in the comments if this is the first time you've seen my video. I'm actually curious. I've never done this before. So if you've never seen a video before and you're watching for the first time, let me know in the comments. Seriously, don't be shy. I want to see how many new viewers there are. Either way, Amazon, we have an inverse head and shoulders on. You guys see that left shoulder head. Then we have the right shoulder right here. Now we're starting to break out towards multi-week highs. That's a very good sign here on Amazon, and there could be another leg up right around the corner, potentially towards 110, 115 bucks, which you guys can see that's the high from back in the beginning of February. So Amazon's looking bullish. Let's see what else. Square is also looking pretty bullish after that. Well, I mean, today it went up 1.5%. It's doing good, but after that Hindenburg research report, it has rebounded a ton. It's not looking the most bullish though, based on this chart, but it is now testing a very big level of resistance. And look at this bounce back, guys. My goodness, what a V-shaped recovery. Square was at 78 bucks, went down to 56. Now we're back to 68. We're up 22% in the past couple of days. That is pretty intense. So we can see right here, block or square, whatever you want to call it, now it's approaching a major level of resistance right around here, guys. Check it out. We can see right at this point, 70 bucks, 75 bucks, that's going to be a sticking point. If Square could get out of that point, now we're talking about a legitimate reversal, which I'm not too convinced we're going to get that yet, but of course, I'm watching out for it. I'm keeping my eyes on it, and we'll see what happens moving forward. I might as well set 2 alerts on this. I'll put one at 70 bucks, markers that were above 70 bucks, then I'll put another one at $75, markers that were above 75 bucks. So that's Block, Square, whatever the heck you want to call it. We also had Adobe do well today. ADBE is the ticker, which now, guys, looks like it is gunning for the highs from a couple of weeks ago, back from the beginning of February, about 2 months ago, where Adobe was at about $400, $395 a share. That's where it seems like this could be going. And my alert's at 400, guys. If that breaks, man, this could be going even higher. Notice how not only was 400 resistance back in February, but also back in the beginning of September, where they reported earnings, and my goodness, look at this drop. I forgot how intense this drop was. They dropped from 400 bucks to 275 in the span of 2-3 weeks after reporting earnings. That was awful, guys. That's a 30% drop in the span of 2 weeks for Adobe, which is not a penny stock. It's a pretty awesome company, great balance sheet, great moat, and it went down 30%. Now that goes to show how much other stocks that don't have a great balance sheet, that don't have a moat, how much more they could go down, which we're not going to get into in this video, but that goes to show any stock could tank aggressively in these markets. So we'll see what happens at 400 bucks on Adobe, guys. Set your alerts there. Keep your eyes on it. And let's see what else ended up moving today. Let's pull up some red stocks. AMC, which we talked about earlier, this went down 24%. Unbelievable red day for AMC. Not good at all. We're at a fresh low here on the 4-hour chart. We hit $3.64. We had Bed Bath & Beyond, which we also talked about earlier. That did not do well at all. Snapchat, SoFi, those are selling off, which I'll probably make a SoFi video tomorrow, doing an update on that to show you guys what's going on. Snapchat, again, also went down 2% and needs to break that 1140 level, guys, 1130, which right now we're failing at that point. So let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens with these stocks. So overall, that's it. I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, of course, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and my second channel, Stas Talks Money. If you guys didn't know, I'm doing a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. I'm doing a $100 giveaway, so make sure to subscribe. Link down below. Don't forget to also get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and 12 stocks from Webull. Link down below. And feel free to check out the Patreon if you guys want to join that and see my Patreon portfolio, be a part of the Discord chat. And if you guys want to see my charts, my alerts throughout the day, have more access to me throughout the day, that's on Patreon down below. And with that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys later.